Series 2. Here we are. Never thought we'd make it this far.
Come with us now on a journey through time and space.
How was it coming back to the Boosh?
Another year of hell.
It was very good coming back to the Boosh.
Coming back to the Boosh is like a good friend who you don't get along with, but you make love to.
It was really good fun, actually, coming back.
Fans' reaction to the first series.
Puke straight into my eyes.
Blank hatred.
After series 1, I just got a lot of love.
I got savaged by a wolf in Sainsbury's.
A woman threw a spring roll at me.
Massive indifference.
A pencil in the testicles.
The fans were a bit strange, actually.
Swift blow to the head and go about your business from just about everyone I met.
I got a rocking chair made of spit, sent to me. Don't know how they managed to do that.
Does that answer the question?
We're back. We're marginally better. We have, surprisingly, a smaller budget and less will to go on.
Slate one, take one.
The first thing you'll notice when you watch season 2 is that the zoo is gone.
What happened to the zoo? I'd like to know.
What happened to the zoo?
It's a conundrum wrapped in a pickle.
The zoo got taken away by this old guy called Joe. He basically came over and he stuffed it into a really small bum bag.
We did a survey and quite a lot of viewers were furious at leaving the zoo.
Noel and Julian had written 8 episodes set in a zoo and they felt like a change. And I think there was a feeling that we all had in series 1 that we always wanted to be getting onto the adventure quicker.
We get right into the adventure. Right into the adventure. Series starts in the adventure. Adventure. Hi, the Boosh, adventure. Adventure?
We wanted to go on adventures, so we thought, why don't we cut down the place we set off from into a tiny domestic setting.
Boosh flat. Boosh premises. Boosh headquarters. The flat.
We didn't want it to look mundane at all. We wanted it to look beautiful, so we wanted the flat to look quite stylish. And it's a cross between the monkeys, the banana splits, and performance, the film performance. We wanted it to look quite retro, but a bit modern as well. We wanted it to look, in a place where people would want to live.
According to the designer, James Dillon, there is one item in the flat which refers to each episode. So, for example, the bar in the corner is in the shape of a boat, and that's there because of the Desert Island episode when they are shipwrecked.
Let's test Noel on his lines, shall we?
You know what I'm like, it's jazz, I don't like to learn the lines. I like to learn different lines, to confuse myself, come at it from a fresh angle. Sometimes when I'm learning lines, I just listen to animal noises, get me in the mood. I'm not conventional. Boosh, we're off key.
The worrying thing is that 90% of the scenes, he don't really have any lines. It's all reactions and, yeah, look at my hair, that kind of stuff. And he still can't even fucking remember it.
Listen, I work best in the
And
reaction.
he complains that he hasn't got enough lines. He wrote the bloody thing.
I write for everyone. Everyone would be mute if it wasn't for me. I forget to write for myself. Basically, I am the glue that holds it together.
Your Brit stick.
Blue tack at best. Double-sided, really. I'm the double-sided Boosh bitch. The writing, was it hard? No, it was easy, actually. A lot easier than Series 1. Because we had a lot of live stuff, material for Series 1, didn't we, that we were trying to crowbar in. And then we'd used all our ideas. So when we came to doing Series 2, it was quite scary, but actually it freed us up, didn't it?
We felt liberated by the lack of luggage, baggage, sort of stuff we were trying to force into the show.
I might go and buy a silver cowboy hat this afternoon. Maybe a gold one.
The stuff that's
Imagine that.
grown over months of doing live gigs.
It swings and roundabouts.
Can't you put your suit back on?
The zip broke.
We wanted to focus more on Howard and Vince's relationship and bring Naboo making the Boo a little bit more integral to the plot.
I was the leader, I was in charge, I was always one in the middle. You know, I did everything. Anyone was in trouble, they came to me. So I am, in essence, the nucleus of the show. And never forget that.
So it's a bit more of a gang, a bit more like the young ones, a bit of a gang thing going on, like the Goonies.
Have Vince and Howard changed? Vince has grown up a bit. He's a little bit more mature.
I knew it. You always have to spoil it, don't you? I knew I should have gone for the Gothic freeway.
He gives a bit back.
Vince became a little bit more sarcastic and a bit more. He played up a little bit more. He'd gotten out. He was a bit like a tot in the first series, and then he was like a difficult teen in this series.
Check this out. Horde of a wildebeest, ripped it wide open. Had to tie it up with my own shoestring.
Yeah, big deal. See that? Straighteners. Nicky Clark, hottest you can get. Fell asleep on them while I was pissed.
We worked for a long time on the character of Howard together. We workshopped it, we did a lot of improvisation, we hot-seated it, we made him reimagine Howard's room as a child.
And this is where I find the character. The application of facial expressions gives me a key, a doorway into the character. Already the voice begins. And I'm in. We hammered out a character, a rudimentary sort of puppet almost, a scaffold with which to hang the fleshy strips of theatre. I filled it up with stage juice.
Stage juice.
And gave it life, a little bit like a god.
Why?
Just chill.
You chill.
Come. I'll sing you a song about life and the cycle of nature. Right, turn that off. No. I'm joking. Keep it rolling. On me. No, I told you to
makeup now.
I like the fact that Howard gets more naked in the second series.
I don't like to let 28 minutes of televisual screen time pass without seeing Julian Barrett's back and legs, chest, bit of arse, you know, cheeky little moment.
I like to see the Howard pouch.
Happy?
We do like to compress our genitals into small pouches. Get loads of Julian's little tweed pants. That's what the fans want.
Getting out the gold, yeah? The tweed gold.
The tweed gold.
It's all about packaging this show.
You are a powerful man with slim, handsome legs.
Yeah, Julian likes to get his body out a bit. It's a bit creepy, actually. Oh, I didn't need to say that. He's quite sharp. He's got a lot of points, and he did graze me once with his knee.
I really feel we cracked the character of Howard this time. With Noel, we went to the hairdressers and he dyed it black.
Noel's outfits are a bit outlandish.
Gotta go and get changed in a minute. It's my costume. This is just what I wore to work. Look at these, check these boots out there, look. Check out the pink heel. Jagger would be proud.
No one wears them in real life. His white suit that he supposedly designed.
Cup of tea? What's the point? Come on, we've had worse gigs than that, you know? Just a tough crowd.
His silver mirrorball suit, what's that all about?
This, my friend, represents a major breakthrough on the sewing machine. I do a lot of drawings, and then I gave them to June Nevin, who's our costume designer, and she does some drawings, and then I rip up her drawings, and then she screws my drawings up, feeds them to a goat. That's how we get our ideas. If you don't like something, she just makes it again, even better. Out of foil, fish fingers, whatever's lying around, dolphin skin. She's a genius.
Trying to upstage me every single point, and the next series I'm gonna slip something in his coffee.
Hello. What's your name, Sugar Dumpling?
Rich is quite excitable character.
Just get the hell away from me!
So when we told him there was no fossil, was a bleak time for all of us.
Julian and Noel said to me, "You are no longer Bob Fossil. You are a variation of characters."
We did lose Bob Fossil, but he did get to play a lot of different characters, and I do think he's brilliant at it. He plays the Betamax monster.
Prepare to die, pig dogs!
Which I think is probably his finest performance. Certainly my favourite, because you can't see his face or body. He plays the chief nomad.
I'm blue. I am not short. Am I?
I was on my knees that whole time during that character. And believe me, it really hurts. I now know what gardeners do.
I am taller than most things.
You have to be able to change constantly, like this. See how I'm changing? See, I'm really good at that.
We wanted to do a foresty adventure, didn't we? We like the forests. And
Wanted to do a Canadian forest. We've done an English forest and a jungle.
we used to do our live show, the first ever show we did, and Rich used to do a character quite similar to that sort of rapist character he plays in that.
Called Kodiak Jack.
So he did that.
That was a role that Steve Coogan wanted to play that role, didn't he?
We scotched that.
We couldn't give it to him.
Coogan was coming in trying to get a piece of the action. Yeah.
He wanted to play Kodiak Jack, but we couldn't let him because it was Rich's character.
So this is the cabin, Kodiak Jack's cabin that the boys go to. You may, for those of you who are aware of the film Evil Dead, you'll notice that it's very similar because we referenced the cabin in that to this.
Here we are. What do you think of that?
Is this the garage?
Evil Dead's something I'd watched for Garth Marenghi, and I just loved it. It looks incredible, and it's really cheap but looks brilliant, and they use lots of fantastic techniques. And there's always a full moon in Evil Dead, and if you watch Mighty Boosh Series 2, the moon was always full.
It's a poem from the moon. Neil Armstrong walking on my face. The moon's weird. It's one of those things that's quite popular, and I don't know why, really. It's just... I suppose it's because the moon itself is quite an amazing thing.
Moon's quite popular.
It's quite an object, isn't it? The moon.
He was big in the 70s, was the moon.
He was big, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He's not so big now. Did the moon in Edinburgh. I did a show called Voodoo Hedgehog, and they invented a moon character. Sorry. Had a round projector screen so that I could chat to the moon, and I played the moon with shaving cream on my face. And Nigel Cohn, the animator, and Vanna Zorn, they sort of used my face with a ball of shaving cream so it looked like a 3D moon. And the voice is loosely based on his girlfriend, who, Ivana, who's Eastern European. And so it's quite, when you're on the moon, it's quite gentle and delicate, mainly because I couldn't move my face. And the moon's pretty much a simpleton. Yeah.
I think we wanted to use some sort of a technique that made it feel like it was...
I mean, if I get a silver cowboy hat, the thing is, probably have to get some sort of mauve drainpipe hipsters. I mean, that could work.
You know, it would be all different and magical and there'd be a nice contrast, but actually...
maybe not, though.
Something a bit more...
Magical throughout.
We work with somebody called Tim Hope, who is a music video and commercials director and also an animator and a generally all-round very talented chap.
Tim would come up with phrases like stylised fear. He'd go, I'm quite interested in stylised fear. And that's when we knew he was the man for the Boosh.
It needed an up-to-date look, and I was saying, well, you know, surely you want it to look like something like some new, interesting, exciting visual look which is out there, like Michel Gondry's obviously got that, and you know, I'd show my own work, but you know, that would seem a bit arrogant.
We started just trying to solve the practical problems of how we were going to shoot this thing, because I very much wanted to keep it in a studio. I didn't want to go out on location, but there were bits in the script that just looked more or less impossible to do in a studio.
We decided that the best way to would be to project instead. So we've got this, it's basically a video projector. It's like standing in front of a television and then acting in front of it as if that telly was your background. And it works quite well.
Beautiful view, huh?
We thought, well, we can afford to do back projection in the budget we've got. And the other thing I love about it is nobody's ever shot anything for about the past 40 years using nearly as much back projection as we did, and certainly not showing the fact that it looks like back projection.
860, take 2.
Action!
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. What is it?
What is it? We took photos of the real Booshmobile and projected it and made it into this kind of 3D model in the computer. And then that was a great way just to send them off into different places. Like, oh, they're off to the mountains. Oh, they're going off to a village in Scotland next to a lake. And it's just a great way of moving them around.
Old VW camper, a couple of owners. It was owned by a priest originally. He drove it into the ground, a lot of late nights and a lot of stains in there. I don't know what, communion wine and holy juice.
That was a Scooby-Doo thing, wasn't it? But we wanted a speedboat, a van, a helicopter. You know, like Batman's got all that shit he goes about in. Well, we wanted
all that shit he goes about in. Batman does have a few modes of transport.
That's what I meant to say.
Is that good? That's good, Mike. Air my balls for me, Mike. Come on. Woo! Woo! He loves it. Follows balls. Follows it. Follows balls. Cool as a cucumber.
The Bolo in the first series cost about £20 million a day. That guy had been in Greystoke and stuff like that. So we said, you know...
It was all animatronics in the first series, it was.
It was.
So servo mechanism was making his face move. So when it...
Do that again. So you can hear that over a lot of the time.
Yeah, so it was a nightmare. And there's about 4 people just out of shot with sort of remote controls.
Just operating his brows and stuff. So, but Dave Brown, he can do that with just the power of his face.
I had to get in the most incredibly hot, uncomfortable costume, which is a bolo. And yeah, it wasn't good after that. I nearly died. Lost a stone. Kidney failure. Liver's packed up.
Oh, shit. Keep in tight, Bolo.
My flowers are falling off.
Come there!
Now we're having a fucking seizure.
That's good. All right, that's fine. Let's do them one at a time.
Dave Brown used to lose about 8 pounds in sweat. We could pour it out of his shoes at the end of the night and make margaritas.
Dave ran into the wrath of Christine, the makeup woman.
Christine Cannon.
Told him to shave his eyebrows off.
Well, originally it wasn't going to be a mask, was it? It was going to be built up prosthetics.
Yeah.
And I was like...
And then we decided not to use prosthetics and to use a mask.
So
Dave was wandering
around like a seagull at the rat party. And he was furious, although there was
couldn't tell he was furious.
Settling. Is he happy, worried, who knows?
You never really think you need your eyebrows, or you'd miss them, but I'm telling you, when they're gone, it's not good.
Where's he been? I'll tell you where he's been, abroad. Bermuda. Nicking everything in sight and raping everyone. I've been raping the world like some kind of green nightmare.
Noel wanted to play the Hitcher again because he's evil and he enjoys playing somebody who's evil.
What are you looking at?
I had to paint my entire body green.
You didn't have to do that yourself, didn't you? You got a Swedish lady to do that for you, didn't you?
A couple of ladies. 3 ladies.
Nice.
Sponging green paint onto my thighs. Difficult being an actor.
Oh. He'd done the Hitcher actually between the 2 series at a Razorlight gig where he was on stage as the Hitcher, introducing the gig.
They did Ali Pali and they said, oh, why don't you bring me on? It'd be great, you can do some stuff. Musicians having no idea that comedy and music never work together. I got there and it was just screaming 14-year-olds all wanting Razorlight, and I was dressed as a hitchhiker going, right there! And everyone was going, what is this? So it was quite a hard gig, but so they owed me. Yeah, so we got them in.
We're playing ourselves, which we've been training for a couple of weeks, trying to get in. I've been sort of approaching this from a method point of view and trying to get into the head of myself. It's a big role for us, though, so a little bit nervous.
I don't know if I can do it, to be honest.
You'll be alright. We've got a couple more hours of training and then... Fuck it, we'll just do it, man.
Look over there. There's razor light.
We got, you know, the lead singer of The Who in our show, so whatever happens now, everything else is just a bonus.
Come on your feet, on your feet.
I went home and listened to some Who records and went, oh my God, he's amazing. It's really good. It's a bit like a dream. Made me feel 12 years old, which is great. Robots in Disguise, again. They were in the first series, the Goth Girls.
We are true Gothics from the fifth dimension. I am Susie Sue's granddaughter! Insulting. When are we going to do some sorcery?
We don't hire actors, we hire musicians. Your dad's in it as well, isn't he?
Shaman and then again.
Your dad and my mum in the same scene.
Yeah.
Which is quite strange. And my little cousin, who's only, what was he, 5? Kirk. And Richard Iowati from Garth Marenghi was actually improvising with Kirk.
Kirk, is it true you are still an erotic adventurer of the most deranged kind?
Yes.
He's just pelting him with
Kirk took it though, didn't he?
Yeah,
held his ground.
Well, he goes to drama club. He used to play football, but now he goes to drama club. The problem is we've turned him into a lover. He wants to be an actor now. My dad played Christa Berg in the show, which, because there's a joke, a family joke, we call my dad Christa Berg when we're trying to annoy him.
He looked very much like Christa Berg.
So Christine gave him some weird eyebrows.
I've searched so long.
What we listen to music-wise then?
Santana.
Oh yeah, because we were, yeah.
Spider and Rudy. A little bit of that going on there.
It's just like all the music I grew up on, you know. Me and my dad sort of getting out of our minds listening to Santana and stuff. I think it might have been a bit easier, like everything for the second series was just a little bit easier because we'd done it before. The Nanageddon song we wrote really quickly, actually. You came round and I did a riff and then you sang some lyrics on it and we just kind of put that together really in a sort of afternoon almost.
Kind of improvised the lyrics and kept them.
Chasing you down, hunting you down, dragging you down like an aged demon.
Oh, Greg freaked out a lot of people.
Well, Greg, what's that about, eh? Rick James, we were obsessed with during the writing of that, so we had pictures of him up on the wall and he turned into old Greg.
I mean, I got the funk right here. It's in this box.
Someone we bumped into in Topshop, and he was working in Topshop and he said he'd been at Reading Festival or something, or some festival, and it was late at night, everyone was in the middle of the night, and everyone was out of their minds, and he was trying to sleep in his tent.
Everyone was in their tents.
Yeah, and he just heard someone screaming out across the fields, "I'm old Greg!"
I'm old Greg. I know I think you're sick. Don't make me beg now, 'cause I'm not your regular guy.
There was going to be a sort of Naboo Raga rap, wasn't there? We wrote a song for
We'll do that one day.
It was too long, actually, that episode, and we couldn't get it in, could we?
Yeah, we weren't going to have him do a big ragga number at the end. The Fountain of Youth.
Boolio, boolio, why'd you go leave me so low? Give it up now for the boolio. He was going to do some sort of Shabba Rank stuff.
Yeah.
One day, maybe on tour.
All the things I'll never see.
Isolation.
I don't know how you did that. I didn't have anything to do with that.
I just made
just
late.
went into a dark cave
late one night
and came out with that. It was brilliant. Very catchy, but quite terrifying.
Yeah.
All the things I'll never see.
All the things I'll never be. All there is that's left for me is here in this eternity of isolation.
Hey, it looks great.
Carry on, thanks.
Looks amazing. We used a lot of the same crew, didn't we?
Yeah.
James Dillon, who was brilliant, set designer. He was amazing.
James Dillon.
He's great, isn't he, Dillon? Yeah. Dry, calm, cool. James Dillon. What people don't know about James is he had to respray, because in the Fountain of Youth the desert was red, and in this one it's normal sand. So he had to respray every grain of sand. Can you see any red? No. Actually, there's one particle.
Ah, no! I don't believe it.
Cut! James is fired. I'm very hands-on. Watch this. Let's leave that to James. I'm just gonna move this. Yeah, I'm just gonna move this over here. Okay. That was in.
That's a big help.
I mean, who left this here? It's a disgrace.
Sorry.
Goes there. Okay, everything's good other than that, though. Keep working, guys. You're doing a great job. I'll be back at 4. I quite like Milky Joe just because it's quite sinister. It's a bit like Potty Time, Michael Benty.
We had puppeteers working on that show.
Turn over, A&B.
All right, a bit nervous. We don't get the last scene, we haven't got the ending to an episode, but I think it'll be all right.
John?
Totally convinced.
And action.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Pie Face Showcase. Hey, I made a rhyme. Coming back as Bob Fosse was the most emotionally draining thing, because here was this character I've just developed and loved and caressed for the whole first series, and Noel and Julian say, come on back for a little bit. Come on back. We want to see you. And I'm going, I don't know. Come on back. I don't know. Come on back. I don't know. Come on back. I came back.
All right, Mrs. Fossil.
Yeah.
Bobby.
Hi, Mrs. Fossil. Oh, jeez. I'm lactating like nobody's business.
Milky Joe and the Cocoa Nuts!
Okay, just give us Milky Joe and the coconuts. Don't sing so low and brave.
And it was one of the last scenes in the entire filming process. So I just like, oh.
I'll remind you my name. I'll find you if you play my game. My name is Milky Joe.
Cut there, that will be it.
Yeah,
Sure.
you want to say it?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very, very much. That is a wrap.
Yo, baby.
We're all gonna get laid!
Let's hear it for them.
That's a wrap.
What's that? I've got to go to Chelsea.
Two down.
Lambert, turn that off and come and enjoy yourself.